people saying that I wanted to be a black woman and was trying to switch races and stuff just because I'm tanning. Do I really care? Basically, I'll close my wee shutter and I'll go down, and then I get in and there's a wee start button. I just press the start button and it'll all just flash up and come on. It makes your complexion look a lot like nicer, like glowing. You kind of get a glow, like your skin's looks a lot better. That's what I like about it. I always wore fake tan and I hated it because I see when it washes off it starts going patchy and like I hate the smell. But then obviously when I started going out with Ben, he was already doing sunbed. And then my brother came in one day and he was so dark. And then we were like what happened? Like, how did you get that color? He's like, oh, tanning injections. And then Ben started taking them and he loved them and he was so dark.
It's called melanotan too. It basically changes the melanin in your skin, so it makes you darker than you're normally meant to be.
It's like, oh my god, that's quite frightening. You know, like injecting something into your body, but it's really not that bad. Okay, and it kind of is like, but it doesn't hurt. The only side effect will be like the first like few days of taking it, you feel sick and it sort of suppresses your appetite. Some people would say that that's a good thing. So yeah, I like it.
Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share and support the platform. Hey you guys, shout out to my subby D. She actually sent me this information regarding this video that has been put out by Barcroft TV, and I feel like they're really trying to romanticize blackfishing, and I really feel like that is white media's goal, is to get to the point that we see blackface so much that we as black people will become desensitized to it, and then we start welcoming it into our lives as if it's not this racist phenomenon that has been plaguing us for so many years now.
It's 2019. Go down to CarMarshal while you are trying to select a car from their inventory of over 100,000 different cars. They will back you. While you shop, they will negotiate. CarMarshal.com. No longer do you need to go and buy separate products for your hair care needs, for your skincare needs. Keisha Rose Skincare has it all in one. And best part of all, if you go to Amazon.com/triple butter face body hair and use Paris at checkout, you will receive 20% off. Buy Triple Butter 3-in-1 moisturizer for all your face, body, and hair needs. Incense, candles, car fresheners, African black soap, body moisturizers, lip balm. Ashkickin.com has it all. Be sure if you go to ashkickin.com, use Paris One at checkout to receive 15% off.
So as you guys just saw in that video, the W0MAN, her name is Hannah Tittenser, and she has become popular for basically trying to tell the public that she's tanning her skin to make her skin appear dark. So as you can see in these pictures here, she was pale and she did not have this level of pigment in her skin. She said her brother got her into taking these injections that were going to increase the melanin in her skin. So she started taking them, as well as her boyfriend, and they made it a family affair where they all were pretty much turkey based in these chemicals into their body so that they could appear darker than what they actually are. These people are trying to masquerade their blackfishing as them just loving to tan, and in the video you can see how they're trying to make it appear as if they're just obsessed with tanning and they really enjoy this, when in reality they're actually using drugs and injecting their bodies with melanotan. So melanotan is actually a lab-made chemical and it is used to darken the skin, and a lot of people will use it in order to get their skin to appear darker because it is impossible for a white person to be born dark skinned. Therefore, in order for them to get very dark skin, they have to take these melanin injections or melanotan injections for them to be able to get the skin tone of a dark skinned black person. So I actually was doing a video about this last year, and me alongside a lot of other black YouTubers were discussing this, and it was kind of like a divide where on one hand some felt as though this was going to become a problem for black women because they felt as though these women were going to gradually go from trying to look biracial to trying to look like dark-skinned black women with kinky hair. And then you had the others that felt as though it really wasn't black women's fight and that this was the fight of biracial women. But now it's kind of ringing true that this is going to eventually become the fight for dark-skinned black women, because this white woman here, clearly she's getting her skin very dark and she's also using sometimes sometimes braids, or a kinky hair texture that would make you believe that she is a dark-skinned black woman. Now, in some of her pictures, she could easily pass for a dark-skinned black woman. It's really hard in some of her pictures to tell that she's a white woman, but in some other photos, it is a little bit easier to determine that she is a white woman. So the downside of this and why black people need to be concerned, I feel as though this is going to have a downward spiral effect. Like I told you guys in my last video, I feel as though these people are going to be able to manipulate this system to be able to start passing as black people. I told you guys in the event that they start talking about reparations, I felt as though this would be a way for them to be able to get their foot in the door and claim that they're partially black, since we like to go off the whole one drop rule, and everybody that got a little kink in the back of their kitchen, we're all claiming them as black. I felt as though this was going to have a backlash effect, but also people were bringing up a good point that there was some sort of incidents occurring where these racist white supremacists were starting to wear black masks to make them look as if they were black people and committing crimes, and I feel as though they might start using this as a way to start masking themselves as black people and making themselves appear as if black people are the most violent, and they're going to be able to do it by using all these melanin and melanotan injections to be able to make themselves appear darker. And this is sad because this is just another form of blackface for them. For black people who don't know, blackface has been practiced by so many years by white supremacists where they use like shoe polish or makeup and they make their skin appear darker than what it is, and they'll put bright red lipstick on themselves, and they basically become caricatures of black people. They use it to mock black people to further dehumanize them. It's just a form of racial oppression for them. This is why you see so many events during Halloween where they're dressed up in blackface, or even recently there was like this Bratz doll challenge and there was some white makeup artist that changed herself into like the darker skinned Sasha Bratz doll, and a lot of people were claiming that she was doing blackface as well. So this is something that they've been doing for many years. They've just learned how to perfect it, and unfortunately some of us are so blind to what's going on, they don't really see the agenda behind it. And me personally, I think that it's very toxic. Now some people may argue that, oh well, black women are doing it too, they're trying to get their skin lightened, they're trying to get their hair straightened. Well, the thing is that nobody is criminalizing white skin, nobody is criminalizing white hair texture. So therefore, when you put a group of women that you are basically forcing to have to conform to societal standards in terms of their hair texture, their skin tone, the beauty standard is generated to force those who are oppressed to assimilate to those in the dominant society. So therefore, that's why you see a lot of black women going to the weeds. That's why you see a lot of them bleaching their skin, because society has beaten them down so very harshly that they don't feel the need to value their own skin tone, and they know that there is a law in place that prevents them from being able to embrace their own skin. That's why we're constantly hearing of these situations where black women are being fired on the jobs for rocking their natural hair texture, and also if they are darker skinned, they're being denied or excluded from certain job opportunities. So until that starts to happen to white women and they start being excluded for rocking braids, dreads, darkening up their skin, then you guys can try to use the argument and say, well, black women are doing it too. But the reality is that'll probably never happen because the system was built in order to protect them and continue to keep us on the bottom. So in this case, I don't feel as though this is something that black women should be looking at like, oh, this is her showing us admiration, this is her showing us homage. No, this is her showing you how much you are worthless in a society, that she can take your skin, your hair texture, and she still will be able to monetize it, and she's going to be uplifting for being this strong, dark-skinned white woman in society. Meanwhile, you're going to continue to be kicked out of school, you're going to continue to be removed from the job, you're going to continue to be disenfranchised, and we have to stop this in its tracks. And how do we do that? We need to do that legally. Now, again, a lot of black people love to complain about something that's happening. When somebody provides a solution for you to do, a lot of us start falling asleep. We don't want to do it, it's too hard. So let me give you an example of how we can stop this bullcrap, because I'm seeing that some people in the Netherlands have been experiencing racism with their whole racist white supremacist holiday Sinterklaas, which I guess is their form of Christmas. So for their form of Christmas, okay, they have these people dressed up in blackface, Black Pete, and the white women be doing it too. In 2015, the United Nations Committee actually urged for them to eliminate them from practicing their form of blackface on Sinterklaas. They told them that they needed to ditch it because it was perpetuating negative stereotypes. Now, black people have to be willing to take things like this far. This isn't just about her posting pictures on Instagram. This is going to become a trend to where it's going to be normalized. So we need to stop it early before it gets to that point. Anyways, get in the comment section. Let me know below how you feel we can stop this from occurring, because it is a form of taunting black people. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!